Welcome to the Moontails Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Law from the channel Justice, and here I have with me my co-host, Azumi.
Hola,
And we have with us today the most beloved
¿cómo?
Riku.
Oh, what a welcome! Thank you. Hi, hi. I'm glad to be back, guys.
So today we're going to be talking about why you should watch Jojo's. And the video,
Jojo?
to avoid the video being 44 hours long, we're not going to talk too much about it. We're just going to try and give you what we love kind of in a brief summary. So I don't know. Let's start with Azumi, who's has seen the least of it. What are your experiences with JoJo's?
I think Jojo's is very steamy. Very, very, very gay. I mean,
But that's what we
very
like.
gay.
Like, of course, it's gonna make me feel a little bit warm inside.
You mean fabulous?
Very, very heterosexual. Definitely very
Bro,
heterosexual.
Araki literally made us gay for 5 parts, and then it's like, oh shit, you know what? I feel bad for you guys. I'm gonna restore your heterosexuality. Here's Jolene. Like, this guy has respect.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
fine. We're gay. We're gay.
We just love Araki's designs.
Oh my god, his art. Can we just talk about his art? Because, like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, he draws, like, he draws men the way men draw women. Does that make sense?
Oh, I know what you mean. Like with a lot of caring attention
Yeah.
and detail. His designs are really like out of a painting, like an oil painting kind of thing.
Bro,
You would see.
he's the only mangaka who's had his art displayed at the Louvre, where the Mona
Alright.
Lisa is kept.
I mean, if any mangaka's gonna get that, it's definitely gotta be somebody with so much style like Araki.
I know, bro. He better have like put like Kira like across from the Mona Lisa. If they even let their places be somewhat close, I would put Kira closest to the Mona Lisa.
All right, I remember. I think I saw something about a collaboration. I don't know if it was the Louvre one, but it was mostly around a character from Part 4 called Rohan and Yolene from Part 6.
I haven't heard of that, but I know his he was told to he got to do the whatchamacallit, the games as well, the Tokyo 2020 games, especially for like the Pan Am games, like the what is it word, is disabled the right word, or people with disabilities?
Yeah.
For people with disabilities, because of how iconic some of his characters are, like Johnny in Part 7, who is like a paraplegic. So
Oh yeah.
he drew like the artwork for like the Pan American Games, and he kind of drew like some what is it called, some Greek gods type of looking things, kind of like, because the Olympics were made by Greeks. That's why it's from like Mount Olympus.
It's amazing the kind of backgrounds of the characters that Araki makes. Like even like a paraplegic, like you said, that's not really common. Like for a
Yeah,
protagonist as well.
for a protagonist to be paraplegic, like, he is just incredible. Like, the
I mean,
diversity in this show, like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I mean that's one of the I would say the best selling things about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is that while we divide every story in parts, it is pretty ballsy to basically restart the story with other characters whenever a part ends and then it goes to another one.
Oh yeah,
I
we
mean,
didn't even talk about that. Azumi,
yeah.
tell us how does JoJo's work?
How does JoJo's work? Like, what do you mean? JoJo's works as being gay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be serious for a second. So, viewers,
I was being serious.
if you haven't seen the show,
Guys,
every single like part, it has its own protagonist, usually following the Joestar line, like a family line. Like, Joestar, the first Joestar is Jonathan Joestar. Second, Joseph. They're related because Jonathan is Joseph's grandfather, and it's usually by blood relation, and then the characters follow in like the same universe. It's like a whole new story with the same
Like,
universe, same background characters that we know and love. So like it's a really brilliant way to just change up the flow of a story so well. Like part 2 and part 3 are very different. Part 3 and part 4 are very different. So like it really is like a brilliant and beautiful like way to like write an anime. It's like every single like part is a sequel, not in
yeah,
the way that not in like a typical way where like the same main characters go to the next one. It's like Joseph, who's the protagonist of part 2, he goes in part 3 when his grandson Jotaro is the protagonist. Joseph is a background character, even though he's a protagonist. He's like not a background, he's a side character. And so it just lets you see characters in different ways and lets you enjoy them. Like, so yeah, that's why I love it so much. Just like
yeah,
the idea of it.
yeah. We followed the generations of the Joestar family and all their adventures, basically. And it's it's really fascinating because like not one story has to do with the other one. Kind of like if I were to compare like in the video games kind of thing, it would be like kind of like Final Fantasy, where
I
you
don't
can
know.
get some
Ev-
details and
Everything
then
in.
they.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh man,
I was gonna say like everything in JoJo's really goes back to Dio. Dio causes like every plot line in the show.
yes, the main villain of the part one.
Yeah. Like so yeah. Dio like JoJo starts off with a rich little boy named Jonathan having like an adoptive stepbrother named Dio who ruins his life, becomes a vampire, and then kind of just plagues the family for generations. Like when I say this, I don't mean like he's a villain. He's like the main character of JoJo. Dio's the main character of JoJo's. Prove me wrong.
It
Is it?
is it is interesting because I like the simplicity of part one, and as the stories goes and the parts continue, like it gets more elaborate, you know. But like part one has to be the simplest story of all of them.
Of course. And even as a simplistic story, it's like a Shakespearean story of two brothers who are forced by fate to be at odds, and like one is like the most like beautiful wholesome hero who's just like a storybook hero, and then
A
another
white
one
knight.
is like yeah, he is a white knight in the best way possible. He's like a really wholesome person. And then we have Dio, who's like the devil, but his name literally means God, which is is a beautiful thing because he has a god complex, and he even gets like people to worship him later on. Like Dio's a brilliant character.
Dio is really fascinating, and sorry, I lost my train of thought right there, bro. I don't know if you're gonna cut this.
No, we're not. We're not cutting this.
No, no, it's just that I was gonna say something like a spoiler, and I didn't, and I remember, oh, shit, wait, I
It's
can't say
okay.
that.
Azumi, tell me, what do you know about Dio?
Dio doesn't like dogs.
That's actually a very interesting comment. I feel like any dog in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, no matter what part, is gonna suffer a pretty bad fate.
I
Yeah,
really
they
like.
really are.
There's like maybe 3, 4 dogs that don't die.
Are there?
Yeah,
There, some dogs survive.
Koichi's dog lives like a normal happy life. There's a few dogs that just chill.
Yeah, but like, where's the dog hate though? Like, even if there's some survivors, like all the things that happen to them is like, does Araki have a thing against dogs? Because it's pretty messed
Maybe
up.
I've seen different things. Some people think he just doesn't like dogs. Some people think like he wants to try and create a villain that we just absolutely despise. And so what's the quickest way to do that besides like throwing an infant on the floor, which he can't show in a shonen manga. So like the quickest way to make us hate a character is to have them like kill a dog for no reason.
Didn't he convert a mother and her baby? Didn't he convert a mother into a vampire and made her eat her own baby?
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucked up, not gonna lie. That was pretty fucked
Because
up.
Jesus, he is really creative, and he has a lot of great lines.
Yeah, when he was like, it would like that mom was like, please take turn me into a vampire or like a zombie or whatever it is, and just spare my baby. And he's like, okay. And then he, and then he made her eat the baby. This guy's a devil. I'm telling you, he's genuinely a devil.
But
Um,
still is what he is.
he like that line of like when Jonathan, I forgot, or was it Jonathan that asked him like how many people have you killed, and he said, "Do you remember how many pieces of bread you've eaten in your life?" Like
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
Dio,
cold.
Dio
That was
has some
cold.
hard lines. Like not gonna lie, he just part three Dio has like just some of the funniest. Like part three Dio is by far my favorite Dio, and I know people don't like that because let's say like part six Dio was also brilliant. I love part six Dio. Um, part yeah, but part three Dio was just I don't want to say too much, but he's a troll. Is what I love about him. Like this dude genuinely could have won every single fight if he just took it seriously.
I mean, without spoilers, the stair scene. That's where you really
Oh,
know
the
he's a troll.
stairs scene. I've talked about that probably on this podcast before. I remember like when we were talking about JoJo's before on the podcast, I mentioned the stair scene, and I don't know if you were there, Riku, but it is by far the funniest scene in the series.
Yeah, and it's really subtle because you don't really get
You need to
how why it's
rewatch it,
funny.
right?
Yeah, yeah, you don't get why it's so funny. It's like when you stop to think about what's actually happening, that's when
Yeah.
you realize it's pretty hilarious.
I've seen people like create animations of it and like Dio running winded up and down the stairs and then posing. I love Dio, man. He's just such a funny character, like without you even noticing. Like if you're watching him for the first time, you don't notice how fucking hilarious it is.
Yeah, and very quotable. It's like with like the whole interaction with the third Joestar, where he's like, "Oh, you're approaching me."
Oh, you're approaching me. Dio just has such good quotes. Like
Yeah,
He really
yeah,
does.
he just like when he just something as simple as like when he's in part one, he's like, "I won't let anyone like swagger over me," and it's like, what? He's
yeah.
it's like what? This guy's just
but, but
uh
but but he has that effect, like because he's such a huge dick. Like whenever he's actually the few times he's actually
Wait,
respectable, it
wait.
actually makes it worth that much
What did
more.
you just say?
That he is such a huge dick.
Oh,
yeah, he does have a pretty huge one too. Not gonna lie. Um,
please.
but like
No,
that
no,
meme, I
no.
was like, "Kono Dio da."
Guys, I was trying to say like even when he respected our dear Jonathan Joestar, like when he had no choice but to respect it, like that's when
Yeah,
he was coming. It was coming from the
bro,
heart.
he was like, "Yo, Jonathan is packing more than me. I want his body." That was literally the plot. Bro, remember when he was like, what was that thing when he was like hinjaku, and he's like chain, like turning his hands like fucking, I forget. He's waving his finger like no, like you're weak.
Yeah, goddamn, yeah. Yeah, it's just that he's like a villain that you can tell he's having fun.
Mm-hmm. Especially when he
Like,
goes, "Hurry!"
and his whole re and all his mudas is like, man, he looks like he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, he really is. And I
But
think
he's
by like his most iconic line is probably like the most befitting of his character, and it's like sure it is also kind of like somewhat funny, but it's also just really great character writing when he decides that and he declares like I reject my humanity, Jojo. Like he's just such a top tier character and a really great villain because of his backstory.
and that's
Uh,
just one villain out of multiple parts that are in
but to
JoJo's
be
Bizarre
fair,
Adventure.
Dio's like the villain of the series, even though he's also the main character.
I mean, when I first heard that theory that Dio is the protagonist in part one, I was actually I found it pretty funny actually.
Hmm.
But I can
Anyways,
see I can see that, right? Because when you put it from his perspective, it makes more sense because Jonathan is a little more static, I suppose. He just becomes stronger. or grows more balls as the story goes on. But
Yeah.
while Dio actually does actually like elevate, like he has plans, he has the motivation and the what did I put this he has the I can't think of the words in English right now. But like he wants, like he knows what he wants to do and he'll do anything to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love him. Like,
Yeah,
and like you
yeah.
said, just his voice actor is like goaded. When he just says, "Tsugi no omae wa Jotaro
Oh,
kisama
bro.
da." Like when he
Oh,
says
oh.
that shit, yo, oh my god, the goosebumps, the goosebumps.
No, no, bro. Now, whenever I see that actor in any other anime, I just hear
Oh,
Dio. That's
I
how
was talking
iconic
about
of a role
last
he is.
time how whatchamacallit, Erwin had Jotaro's voice actor, and the Beast Titan has Dio's voice actor. So it was literally Jotaro versus Dio Part 2.
Oh, what was his name? I think it was Takahito Koyasu.
I have no idea. I just know him as Dio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's the name. That's the name of it. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Do you remember like the Deadpool spin-off, like the Japanese Deadpool, which had him voice it? And he, like, him as the voice of Deadpool is just fucking hilarious.
Oh God.
Like the clips of it just make me die laughing. Where he's just like bang bang, and and then like he was making like some ramen, and he's like, first we had some green onions, then we had garlic powder, and then we had a gun. And he puts a gun in the bowl. That's what I'm saying.
He brings such chaotic energy. Like even
He
though
is,
like I know that pool is chaotic, but not like Dio.
bro.
Like Dio is just a league
Dio
above,
is the embodiment of chaos. Like,
which is. Uh-huh.
no, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, which is interesting how much we love Dio in part one, when most people would say that part one would be the weakest part,
It is.
which is a way to talk about the series. How even the quote unquote worst part of JoJo is still pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Like this series is an amazing series overall.
bro.
Like
When I first watched it, and I was like, a power where you breathe and you can use sun energy. What the hell? And then now, like, Demon Slayer is one of the most popular new anime. I'm like, okay, like, and people are hating JoJo's for that when like Demon Slayer literally copied the exact same thing.
yeah, because everything after
Yeah,
JoJo's
it's
is a JoJo's reference.
Not even joking. That is literally a JoJo's reference. Not that I don't
Yeah.
know if it's intentional, but it is. Everything is a JoJo's reference.
No, there's a lot of things in martial arts about breathing techniques to make yourself stronger and stuff like that.
True.
But
True.
but it is interesting. Like JoJo really is so unique that you can tell why it inspired so many mangaka in the future, and why it's popular to say that everything is a JoJo's reference. Because even breathing is a JoJo's reference,
Yeah,
thanks to
like having
Hamon.
your dad die is a JoJo's reference.
Having your dog die is a JoJo's reference.
Oh,
my
you didn't have to
God.
go there. You didn't have to go there.
What do you mean?
You know what you did. You know
No!
what
I
you did.
I didn't do it on purpose. I meant, oh God, I'm sorry.
Man.
I'm sorry. I was talking about how Dio kicked, you know,
Yeah, but
Dio killed the
oh
dog. I
my
didn't mean it
god.
like that.
Oh my
Rip
god.
Danny.
Oh shit, I feel bad now. I'm
Zero
sorry.
situational awareness.
I am sorry. I ain't Hey, bro, I just have tunnel vision just thinking about Jojo right now. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. R.I.P.
It's not okay.
No,
Oh
it's not.
damn. Damn.
I'm sorry, Clouds.
She's gonna see you in the parking lot outside.
Oh shit.
I will see. Fight me. We're gonna show up to the McDonald's parking lot. Show up to the McDonald's parking lot. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro. Just like I fucked up Koi in the McDonald's parking lot. Like, bro, that is my spot. You don't touch that spot, bro.
Oh, Clouds, about my bad. But you know what? Fucking bad.
Her trick is she pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think you haven't seen Koi in forever, man?
Oh, no wonder Koi's disappeared.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He
shit, no,
wanted
I
to
am.
catch these hands. He caught them. Just kidding. He never did. I'm so funny, guys.
Yes, you are. You are.
The
How can you say?
JoJo's, yeah,
How can?
big
Uh,
JoJo's.
okay, I was
They're
gonna say like
funny.
Nah,
how
for
can you
real
say
though,
so
you
much
actually
funny
are
something so
pretty
small?
funny. Like you don't realize half the time how funny you are. Like,
Guys, I'm so funny. I'm so
okay, now
funny.
you're not.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Klaus didn't hear me, but I know whenever you're editing this lot, you're gonna hear what I just said a couple
I'm
of
not
seconds
going
ago,
to
and you're
edit.
gonna
I
laugh.
promise you. I
No,
promise you. I
no,
am
you
not
should.
editing this.
You're gonna,
I'm genuinely
you're
not editing this.
yeah, because she would have been pissed if she heard me.
Us arguing right
What?
now.
What'd you say?
Us
Oh,
arguing
don't
right
worry,
now
I'll tell you
is
in the
gonna
parking
make
lot.
the final cut. I hope you are aware of this. This
Oh,
entire
come on,
discussion is
bro.
making the final cut.
I
Like,
mean, I ain't got no problem. I
yeah,
don't
we
regret
didn't say
anything.
anything that bad. We just was like, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
we're definitely editing this out. Definitely.
Which oh, I'm glad. Uh, by the way, I found out what was the collaboration we were talking at the beginning of the episode. It
Mm-hmm.
was a collaboration between Araki and no, Araki's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Gucci. I sent the picture through
Ooh,
you in the group chat, like some of the
I
lovely
hit your
images
bitch
that
and
came out
some
of it.
Gucci flip flop. Oh shit,
Yeah, bro, and I saw the clothes too. I
bro,
didn't share it, but I just wanted to show you
Jolene.
the original art
God
that he made for Gucci.
damn,
Yeah, like Joe. Yeah, and she's involving characters from part 6, part 5, part 4.
bro,
Nola.
Abakio's trippy as fuck. Bro, him with
Yeah,
the Gucci purse. God damn, this.
yeah,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang,
No, please.
Gucci.
yeah. You can tell
Bro, why
why.
is Rohan so thick?
I don't know, but if you realize there's
It looks like a
no.
tumor. It doesn't even look like a good. No.
I was just gonna
Like,
say, like, do you notice how there's no characters from part 3 and before?
why?
Yeah, it is another aspect of watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, especially if you read the manga, is that you see the author's evolution of his art style. Right? Like I feel like he starts getting better and better and better with
I
every
don't
part that
know if it's
passes.
better because, like, I fucking loved Buff JoJo's, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Buff JoJo was so great. Now they're just like skinny noodles, bro.
because that was like a kind of like a product of his time. Because one of the things that was very big by those years was like Fist
Like,
of the North Star.
those action movie type, um, also like action movie type characters, like fucking, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and things like that.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Like this
Like, I
is
know
like what.
Jotaro was inspired by those type of movies.
Yeah, no, actually, Jotaro himself, his pose is based on Clint Eastwood.
Ah,
Yeah, you know that pose with the finger in the front.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the Dio pose is based on like some 1920 woman. By Dio pose, I mean the pose with like him looking over his back.
Oh yeah.
It's based on
Which
like, yeah. I'll try and
yeah,
find
yeah.
you an image, but it's a
Oh,
nice
please
one.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like Araki started getting more into the fashion sense because he has an amazing fashion sense. And have you seen pictures of him? That guy's like a vampire. He just doesn't age. But like, I think it started like around part 4 would be like the transition, but like part 5 onwards, like he was just drawing like models at that
Bro,
point.
yeah. Jolene is like his peak creation, artistic creation.
Oh, this is the picture.
Yeah,
Wow,
this
that
is
looks
real.
amazing.
He just added like 50 pounds of muscle. Not 50,
Oof,
maybe 200 pounds of muscle. Fucking
oof.
Dio is a tank. God
Yeah,
damn. I
and
want to
that.
look like Dio, bro. This
I mean,
dude
yeah.
is built. Like,
He,
he is chiseled. Like,
yeah. I
this
mean, he
dude,
has muscles on his muscles.
bro, he has abs on his back.
He did it before Baki.
Yeah. Baki's cool. I haven't seen Baki, but I've seen the buff characters, and it's a nice thing, honestly. I'm happy when they're not like doing characters that are just the same old style. And I think that's also why I love One Piece and JoJo so much, is because like their uniqueness in their like creative style makes like watching it all the more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like very style. You like that very stylized kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but it also like characters just look so different from each other. Like you can see a Bleach character with their pointed chins and be like, okay, that is definitely a Bleach character.
Yeah, and
And
the
then
eyes.
yeah, and then you can see a Naruto character and then you can deduce, yeah, this is definitely Kishimoto's work.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like when you watch Burn the Witch, and you don't even need to know that Tita Kubo did it to say like, oh, isn't that looks like the Bleach art?
hmm It just it's hard. It's hard to enjoy some type of art style. Not that I don't like any. It's just like I like seeing new and more creative and unique things. Like two just like two main characters from Naruto. Like that. Those are all Bleach characters. I hope you understand that. Burn the Witch.
No,
Every
what I
single
just showed you.
character
Yeah,
there is a Bleach character.
yeah, that's Tita Kubo. Yeah, it is from the creator. It has nothing
Dude,
to do with Bleach. So far.
they literally look. The girl with the blonde hair looks like the girl from the Fullbringers. Not the
Oh,
Fullbringers. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
The ones with the
yeah, yeah,
mask.
yeah. The
The one
Wakamundo,
that
like the Arancars.
The one that Ichigo like pushed threw down to the ground,
Oh,
and
the
then
visors.
everybody like jumped him with like all their swords. You remember that scene?
Oh, I know exactly what girl you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those are the visors, by the way.
Oh, visors.
What girl?
It's a Bleach character.
Yeah, the blonde one.
Oh, okay.
The blonde one looks like it. The girl on the left, like with the red shirt, she looks like Byakuya, and in the best way possible. I want to watch this show now.
No, sadly, there's only like one chapter in the manga. Like it was like a one-off kind of thing with the hope of it having a sequel.
I wish, bro. Look at female Byakuya, bro. Like I'd smash male Byakuya.
Yeah, like it's sad how Bleach ended. Like, but we kind of I remember thanks to Burn the Witch how much I loved Tite Kubo's art. He's just so damn cool.
Yeah, he is very cool. Like I really love his art style, and I love back to JoJo's. I love Araki's art style, even though it's developing and changing. I do love every part. I'm not saying that I don't like the later parts and the designs. I think they're absolutely brilliant in their own way, but I just don't agree with the notion that, let's say, Araki's getting quote unquote better. I think like his art style is definitely changing, but it doesn't make his previous art style bad. Like,
Oh no,
no.
no, not at all. Like all his art is good. I just think that he has more. When I say better, I mean like he has adds more detail, and I think he does better anatomy when it comes to his
Oh,
art.
definitely way better anatomy. Like, Jonathan was literally like a fucking bowling ball on a tank. Like, Jonathan was a fucking beast. This dude was a tank. He was peak male performance. But anyways, if you're watching that till this part, like, thank you, whoever. Well, you
And
should definitely watch it just because you get to see hot guys.
yeah, yeah,
Like
they're
very.
really.
When I mean that, I mean like characters that just don't look generic male characters. They actually look like. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you, bro.
Thank you. Just characters that have that are well put together. They're cared for, and like he just it looks like he put his soul into his work. Like they're his.
Yeah,
But yeah, you guys have any final thoughts?
yeah, yeah. I do actually. Like JoJo is amazing, right? Like every part has its own story, his own style of storytelling. Like one would be like a Castlevania kind of adventure where you go and slay the big monster in the castle, but then you would go into like a world. Um, how do I say it? Like a world
World War
adventure.
Two, World
No,
War
no,
Two.
no, no, no. Kind of like a 40 Days Around the World kind of thing, where you go from
Oh,
location to location and go to another
that
country.
Jackie Chan movie. Oh my god.
Mm, yeah, and then you
Him and
have like a
Owen Wilson. Do you remember that movie?
yeah,
I love
yeah,
it.
bro.
I
I
loved it.
love that movie. The whole steampunk aspect in it too. Like it was so
Yeah.
cool. I
Owen
really like.
Wilson was honestly just such a good actor.
Wait,
And
wait, is he
like a
like?
comedic actor, he was so good.
Yeah, too bad about all the controversies like in recent years.
I have no idea. I don't keep up with pop culture and I don't want to know because I have plausible deniability now. When people say, "How the hell do you like him? He's a bigot." Blah blah blah. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't
I,
know celebrities like that.
I can tell you after the podcast
I don't want
episode.
to know. Like genuinely, I don't want to know because now I will have I'll have a genuine reason. So then I can't like him anymore.
No, I
Maybe that's
understand.
not the right thing to way to approach
Yeah,
it. I don't know, but I don't like him. Like I'm not like a fan of him. It's just like I don't like celebrities in general.
yeah. You like to keep the art separate from the
Yeah, like but if you told me he was like
artist.
some
Yeah,
Nazi racist, like thing, okay, maybe definitely I'm not gonna care about what it is. But if it's like, okay, never mind. We're getting
no,
a little too much
no,
into the weeds. Let's talk about JoJo's.
no. It's just that there's so much variety between each part. Like one part is completely different from the other one, and it's just a continuation of like the whole bloodline of the Joestars, and you get to see how past events could have referenced somehow, like in future events. But my main point is that even though one part might not be your cup of tea, another one will be. Like,
Oh, that is such a great thing to bring up. We don't
yeah,
endorse part skipping, by the way. I think you
Yeah.
no,
should
no,
just
you
push
should.
through.
No. You're a real piece of shit if you skip part one and two.
If you skip any parts,
Any parts for the matter.
you should like just stay in your course, and I promise you, there will be a part you like.
Definitely. Actually, I feel like all three of us can have a different answer. Like right now.
What's
Like
your
without.
favorite?
Yeah, mine is part seven.
Part 7. Goddamn, mine is part 3.
Your three, and what's yours, Clouds?
Mine is part 2.
That's a
See,
respectable one. I haven't seen part 7 yet. I really want to
see,
though.
see, and this wasn't even rehearsed. That's how much variety there is in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I'm
Like
just
even
basic. Honestly, part 3 is a basic opinion.
oh hell
Um
no, that was a hell of a ride for me.
it was a
I love it.
no, but I'm saying it's like it's the most popular part, bro. It's the most popular part.
I mean, for good reason,
Yeah, for
mind
very
you.
good reason. But I feel like it's definitely a basic take for me.
I think it's because it's the most memeable,
It
and
is
in
the
fact,
most memeable.
it
It
is the
is,
most memed part of all of JoJo.
bro. It is the best part. The comedy in part 2 is probably the best. But the comedy in part 3, just I think also because it's longer, there's more jokes. There's more times to like kind of interact with the characters. Like part 2, I don't want to say something, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to say it, but you know, if you watch part 2, you kind of know.
Yeah.
Um, so
But yeah, but yeah, basically, JoJo's is amazing. Even at its lowest peak, it is still really good, especially compared to other anime. Their openings are all fire,
oh yeah,
all of them.
definitely.
Maybe some more than others.
Join us on our journey to be gay for 5 parts, and then suddenly we're deciding we're heterosexual.
Oh, definitely. Also, also the animation studios that's handling the current adaptation of
What they
JoJo.
did, bro, like, oh my god, it's so good.
What an amazing job they're doing, man.
Bro, it's beautiful.
I mean,
Like,
when you see the manga, you find it so. I find it hard to believe that any studio could manage that adaptation, and yet David Productions they prove me wrong.
yeah,
They make an
bro,
amazing adaptation.
you know what I love about it is it's also it's what was I saying? Fuck. You know when like serious moments going on and they like take it into being like something way more like they change the whole fucking color scheme of the universe.
Yeah.
Like that just
Oh
shit like
yeah,
that.
the color palette.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the color palette in the show is like fucking brilliant. The whole show is just
Really good.
it's
what?
just beautiful.
Yeah.
What?
Azumi, do you have any final thoughts?
All I said was that it's really good.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean the color palette?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
adding to that.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, especially particularly you can see a difference in part three because there was an earlier adaptation, like an OVA. It's really not good. You really have no need to watch it. In fact, I don't think I wouldn't even recommend it. But it's a good example of how the color palette changes, and the product is still really good. and especially when you read the manga and
Yeah.
the color panel. Sorry, not the color panels. The color
Palette.
adaptation of the manga volumes. It's you can see another different palette, and it's still amazing.
Hmm.
I think that speaks volumes of Araki's design.
Yeah, Araki's design is like completely brilliant.
Yeah, it's just solid. I should. I'm gonna link with you yeah, I'll link to you a video of Araki working on a big color spread of all the protagonists of JoJo.
I think you've shown it to me before.
Oh, bro, like it's so amazing. Like seeing the whole
Like
process.
it had like a green background, right?
Yeah,
I
bro.
remember.
That guy's a genius.
He is.
He really is a genius.
He really is a genius. I'll try and find that and use it as a thumbnail for the video.
Oh, sure. I can look for it too. I'll send it to you afterwards.
But I need to find like a specific one that's like the shape fits, you know?
Oh, wait. One more thing we didn't even mention. There's a lot of music references in JoJo.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's just a lot of
definitely.
references in general, you know?
Yeah, to pop culture.
Yeah. A lot of pop culture. Like
Like
like you mentioned.
Suzy Q. That's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suzuki's one. Oh well, fucking Dio
AC/DC,
Brando.
AC/DC.
Speedwagon.
Literally every stand.
Speedy Bravo.
No, like the part 3
But like,
stands are all based on like a high, like a
The
what was
tarot
it? The
cards.
tarot cards, yeah. And then based on the 9 Egyptian gods, and then from there they kind of just music references.
Yeah, basically. And like, but most characters are also there's a lot of references even in part 1 and part 2 as well.
Yeah.
So like if you're a big music nerd and especially from music around the 70s and the 80s, you're
Polnareff.
gonna love it.
Polnareff.
Oh, Polnareff as well, yeah. Also, the English translation of the names can be as horrible as it is hilarious.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. I heard, but like some of them are not as bad. Like for example, I think White Snake from part 6 changed to like Pale Snake. That's not terrible. But when you have Sticky Fingers changed into Zipper Man, it's like, okay, that's just weird.
or like Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's translated. It goes into which a lot of the fandom call them D4C. You know, because you're not gonna keep saying Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap every time. They changed it to like filthy acts at a reasonable price.
You're capping.
No, I'm not shitting you, bro.
Lying. Oh my god.
No, I can't remember what was
acts done at a reasonable price.
Yes,
What?
that's the lookalike name to Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
That's got to be like some random like translator didn't want to get sued and then they did that. Because when the anime comes out, I promise you they're not doing that.
I mean, they're probably gonna call him D4C, you know, because you're not gonna do that. That's just horrible. I mean, to be fair, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is an album from AC/DC, and AC/DC is relatively popular, you know. Oh, there was another character. I can't remember what the original name, but they changed it into Flaccid Pancake.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Let me check real quick. Flaccid Pancake and his original name. Oh, Limp Biscuit. you see what I mean? Where they can range from being really horrible all the way until just hilarious.
Yeah.
Limp Biscuit to Flaccid Pancake. I get it. It's pretty funny, but goddamn, that's just bad.
Yeah, JoJo's is just worth watching, guys. We really recommend it. All right, so I guess we can start wrapping up.
Any final thoughts for you, Law?
Yeah.
My final. I've said everything that I wanted to say. Just watch it. I think I have feelings for Jolene
Dio?
now. I can say. I was
Oh.
gonna say Dio, but Jolene now. Rocky restored our heterosexuality.
And Cloud? And Cloud? What about you? Any other thoughts?
I'm gay. I'm gay. That's all you need to know.
You're gay, and you're still only halfway through part 3 right now.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Exactly. And I'm already gay. That says
man.
a lot about JoJo's.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Later.
Doo-doo-doo.